Hi YouTube, it's Kathy, and this is my weekly entertainment wrap-up for April 8th to 14th. This week I read 2 books, I watched 5 TV shows, and I listened to 1 book. First this week I finished Don't Cosplay With My Heart by Cecil Castellucci. This is a contemporary YA novel about Eden, a girl who dives into cosplay to escape her home life, and to win time with the cast of the upcoming remake of her favorite superhero show. Her father has been sequestered under investigation for embezzlement from his Hollywood accounting firm, which means her allowance is gone and she needs to find ways to have fun without the cash flow she's used to. There are a lot of good points about this book, and I think it's an excellent read for a 14-year-old. However, Eden is incredibly unlikable at times, which busts open the door for her grandma and her peers to put her in her place. As an adult, much of the plot was incredibly predictable, but as I said, this could be a more important read for a younger audience. Perhaps they can learn that they shouldn't just blindly trust those around them. What I love about Eden's character arc is you can see her over-identifying with her favorite hero turned villain, and working through her mistakes. I always love a fandom read, and this did not let me down in the geek department. Speaking of Geeks, the other book I read this week was The Secret Love of Geeks, edited by Hope Nicholson. This is a collection of comics and essays by geeks about romance, growing up, and what they love. I read the first collection in this series, The Secret Love of Geek Girls, back when it came out a couple of years ago, and this one opens up submissions to all genders. Amusingly enough, the first essay in this book is by Cecil Castellucci, so I had a chuckle over the coincidence in the break room of having just finished one Cecil Castellucci and picking up another with no premeditation. This is a short collection with a multitude of identities, and I recommend it if you want to get your geek on. There were no new episodes of Riverdale for our Tuesday night dinner club, so we went back to A Series of Unfortunate Events and watched the first 3 episodes of season 2. Since we watched the first season, I've listened to all of the books, and I'm very excited to see what they do with the rest of the show as it breaks from the format established in the first 4 books. I mean, it's written that way in the books, and now I assume the show. I also managed to watch the entire season of Queer Eye that dropped on Netflix recently. The new Fab Five are delightful. The show brought up issues that I hadn't seen on reality television before, and I couldn't help but root for each of the episode participants. It made me want 5 gorgeous people to come fix my life, but maybe after I watch the next season I will have the energy and motivation to do it myself. This week on Survivor, an insufferable dude who thought he was the best at everything went home with an idol in his pocket. Bye-bye. If you've been watching these wrap-ups for a while, you might remember that I was watching Downton Abbey with my best friend about 6 months ago, and we stopped 2 episodes from the end because our schedules changed. With another work schedule change came a time to finally finish the show. There were tears, there was happiness, nearly everyone got together, or you could tell they were on the way to. You could tell this was the last episode because they were doing their best to wrap everything up, but I love these characters so much that I don't care. That's what I wanted. And considering in the beginning I thought Barrow was the worst, and I was genuinely happy for him at the end, that just shows his character arc. Since we had some spare time and some more boozy coffee to drink, we decided to watch the first 3 episodes of The Crown, partly because one of the actors from the end of Downton Abbey is at the beginning of this incredibly expensive production. The woman who plays Elizabeth has her voice down flawlessly. I didn't recognize Matt Smith until I saw his name in the credits, but I blame that on the blonde eyebrows. The set design is constantly working very hard to make a 6'4" John Lithgow look like a 5'4" Winston Churchill. From camera angles to building a bigger door frame for number 10 Downing. Much like staffers at the Oval Office were reported to watch The West Wing, I am delighted to hear that the royal family enjoys this show. I am learning a lot of history. This week I listened to The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is an absolutely stunning book about Monique, a mixed-race journalist who is called to the home of a living film legend under the pretense of doing a cover story for her magazine. Once there, she quickly finds out that Evelyn Hugo wants Monique to write the story of her life, with all the details the public never knew, and publish it after she has died. Evelyn was known for her various film roles and her 7 marriages, but the hook of her story is that the love of her life was not among those men. Evelyn Hugo is the brainy, beautiful, badass bisexual that the whole world needs. And Monique is so empowered through hearing her story that she's able to deal with hard things in her personal life and stand up for what she wants. This book is excellently crafted, brought up a lot of ethical issues, and was equal parts glamour and hard truth. I will now have to read more of this author because this is the first I've ever read from her. That's it for this week. If you've read, watched, or listened to any of these, let me know about it down in the comments below. On the way down in the comments, if you hit that subscribe button, that would be very nice of you. You can like and share this as you see fit, and I will see you next time. Bye!